What's up, my friends? David Moss Jr. here, and welcome to Plunge Village. Now, I've had a lot of people request since I posted this on my Instagram to do a tour. So here's a tour. I'm gonna give you a full tour around Plunge Village, what we have so far, and what's coming next. Let's go ahead and jump right in. The first thing I want to talk about is this is my original Plunge XL. Now this is back in the day. They actually have the Plunge Standard and the Plunge XL. They had two different shells of this, two different sizes. This is the larger one. If you knew me back then, I actually went to Plunge's factory, got to see how this was assembled. It uses a big, massive 1 horsepower chiller. Since then, they've made a lot of revisions, and it's pretty exciting to be a part of these revisions and get to share them with you. But this is my original Plunge XL, and it's a trooper. I've only changed the filter on this thing twice. I know that's probably not good. I got to stop talking about that. But that just goes to show you how good the pre-filter is, how good the ozone is, and how good the filtration system is. This thing's still working like a champ, but they've made some upgrades. Let's talk about those. So of course I have the new Plunge. This is just called the Plunge. Now the Plunge actually has two different chiller options. You've got the Pro Chiller, which is a beast. It's a 1 horsepower, super quiet, chills down to 37 degrees, has optional heat. So if you live somewhere where it gets cold and you don't want your water to freeze over, that's what you're gonna want. That's when you're gonna want that heater. It's not to turn it into a hot tub. It's just to keep the components from freezing, so that's what you're gonna need. But the Pro Chiller is an absolute beast. If you look over here to the left, this is the standard chiller. I'm about to hook this up and do some tutorials on how to actually use the standard chiller. The standard chiller is $24.99. The Pro Chiller is around $39.99 with the heat, so it is a big upgrade going from the standard to the Pro. We'll talk about the differences later on in another video, but the quick differences are you have a 1/2 horsepower chiller, you have a full horsepower chiller. Chills down to 39, chills down to 37. Both of them hook up to the Plunge app, which we'll talk about that as well. Super cool app. Probably one of the better ecosystems out there if you're into cold plunging and sauna therapy. I would encourage you to get into the app. It's free. They have guided plunges. You can track your plunge, you can track your sauna, and it's just a cool community. Not to mention, if you do have a Plunge product, you can hook it up right to your app and you can actually turn on your sauna, turn on your lights. You can do a lot of cool stuff with their sauna. You can also hook it up to the cold plunge, and there's some really cool stuff with the app, but once again, we'll talk about that later. Well, since we're talking about their actual cold plunges, there's a lot of varieties. You actually have a pop-up cold plunge, so if you're just starting out, you can start with that. And the pop-up, you can use it with just ice, or you can connect it to their standard chiller or their Pro Chiller, and that starts at $24.90 with the standard chiller. If you do decide to upgrade to the Air, which is an inflatable portable cold plunge with a slanted back, it's really comfortable and it's really nice. You can get that also with the standard chiller or the Pro Chiller, and that currently starts at $34.90. If you upgrade to the Plunge, which is this beautiful shell, the iconic standard plunge, you can choose to go with the standard chiller or the Pro Chiller, and that starts at $59.90. And then the one I don't have is the all-in. That is the Mac Daddy premium cold plunge that Plunge makes, and everything's built right into one body. There's no external chillers or anything needed. It's all built into one, which is really nice. And that one is currently listed at $89.90. So that's their cold plunges. They all connect to the app. They all are part of this big nationwide repair network, which Plunge has created. If you ever have any issues with their products, they actually have a nationwide service where they can come around and fix it. But I get it. You didn't want a product overview. I just felt like I had to share that before I show you my layout here. And before we do that, let's talk about the sauna. Now this is the Plunge XL sauna. It does come in a standard size and the XL. The XL fits up to 7 people and the standard fits up to 5 people. So depending on how many people you want to have in the sauna with you is going to depend on which size you want to go with. The cool thing about this is it gets up to 230 degrees. Now, a few things you're gonna wanna know: the saunas do start at $10,990, and as you upgrade and get bigger, they go up from there. But they both have amazing heaters and they get up to 230 degrees. They have beautiful lighting inside as well. They do connect to the app, so you can control the settings and you can turn it on and schedule your sauna sessions right from the app from anywhere. A few key differences are the standard only needs 30 amps, whereas the XL needs a full 50 amps. So you are gonna want a licensed electrician to make sure that you have enough power. Both saunas actually come pre-plumbed. All you have to do is get the right fitting and it connects right in. But it is amazing that the whole sauna is already pre-plumbed with electric, so all you gotta do is get the power to where you want your sauna, and then the electrician just has to plug it in. Super simple. Let's take a look inside. The cool thing about living in Florida is it's hot. Like, it's already hot in here before I even turn this thing on. A couple things to note is that this entire sauna was really easy to build. I think that's one of the biggest holdups for anybody wanting to buy a sauna, is you literally have to put it all together. I have barrel saunas. There's a lot of different options that I've reviewed, and they all take some time. This definitely does require 2 people to put it together. Some of the panels are kind of heavy. and you want to hold them up in place. But me and my buddy put this thing together. It took about 2 hours. We did get hit with some rain. I was trying to put a video together of us actually building the thing, but man, we got hit with a storm. We had to postpone a few things, but all in all, it took us about 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours to put the entire thing together. My electrician was shocked at how easy it was to hook this thing up, and we were quickly able to just turn this thing on and really start enjoying it. A couple things to note is you do have a lot of visibility. I love all the windows. It's amazingly forward facing. And you know, one of the things a lot of people ask me is like, hey, isn't that door too large? Doesn't it allow too much heat to leave when you're opening your sauna? If you talk to most people who do traditional sauna, it's actually pretty standard and pretty common for them to let fresh air in on a regular basis. So the door could probably be smaller, but a couple things is it's actually wide enough to fit an assault bike in here. That's actually one of the reasons they designed this the way they designed it, is you can fold these benches up against the wall. Gives you plenty of room to put a piece of equipment in here or to just do some yoga in here, which that was one of the main inspirations for this design, is being able to do more than just sit on a bench and sweat, being able to do some exercises in here, which is really cool. Some key takeaways for me that I love the slanted back. You know, when you get into a traditional barrel sauna, you're always hunched over, you have to lay down on the bench. This, we all, like last night, me and my family did our first family wellness night after having all this set up, talking with each other, having a great time, was awesome. Another really cool thing that I like is that you have the high bench, which is over the rocks, but you also have a low bench. And when you have young kids and they want to be a part of what you're doing, it's nice to have the option of the lower bench where they can be in the sauna with you and they can be at a lower setting where the heat's not as intense down here below. And a question I get all the time is, are you able to put water on the rocks and create steam? The answer is absolutely. It's encouraged. Actually, make sure that if you are going to get a sauna like this, that you're experiencing that steam. Now be careful at higher temperatures, it could burn your skin and it can get pretty intense pretty fast, but that's another great reason to have a large door. If it gets too intense, you just bolt right on out. Another thing that I really like is that the sides, like where I'm leaning against right now, is flat and it's solid and it's comfortable. Like last night, me and my wife got in here before the kids came in, and she was on that side, I was on this side. We were able to sit like this with our backs against the flat wall and just had a great conversation. We were able to just really unload on the week, the weekend, what's to come, and it was just a great opportunity for us to just get away from the technology, because you can't bring a phone in a sauna that's super hot, and just have a great uninterrupted conversation. A lot of them have like the components or the touchpad or different things on these walls or just extra things that get in the way. This is flat, it's cedar, it smells great, and it's comfortable. Another really cool thing, I recently went to a Russian banya. They actually encourage you to get on the bench and actually put your feet up into the heat. As you know, heat rises, so the heat's much more intense up high, but they encourage you to down regulate and put your feet up against the wall. And it's nice to be able to do that and not have a bunch of metal, a bunch of screws, and a bunch of other random stuff in your way. I'm a big fan of the sauna. I know it's pretty expensive, most saunas are, but if you're interested in getting a sauna, I would encourage you to check out my full review on this Plunge sauna. I think it's definitely something you should at least put in your consideration. I know I've definitely enjoyed it. My whole family has too. So that's a little rundown of the equipment that I have here. I mean, I built this deck because we love hosting wellness parties here. We love to have friends and family come over and experience contrast therapy, because it's not really something you can experience a lot of places. Most of the gyms either like have a sauna, have a steam room, or have a cold plunge, but they don't always have all three. So it's nice to be able to experience that sauna and that steam and then jump right into a cold plunge. I always have a few set up so that multiple people can experience it at the same time and kind of challenge each other, see who's gonna stay in the longest. It's really fun. When you can combine getting well, having fun, having community, and doing it with people that you really enjoy spending time with, like that is the win-win-win-win of all win-win-win-wins. Now there's a lot I could go over. I could literally sit here and just school you on all the reasons that Plunge is something that I'd encourage most people to consider if they're looking at investing in a cold plunge or a sauna. I want you to do your own research, and I'd encourage you, if you've not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button now. Go create a YouTube account. It takes a Gmail. It's very simple to do so. Create a YouTube account so you can subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. I drop 1 to 2 videos every single week on the newest and best cold plunge, sauna, red light, sleep, health, wellness, biohacking equipment out there. If you have any deeper questions on any of the equipment here in my Plunge Village, just check out my YouTube channel. I have videos where I deeply dive into each piece of equipment here, and I will have more coming soon. This has just begun. The plans are actually today. I'm out here kind of waiting for my buddy to show up so we can finish this deck. We're gonna extend this deck. I built it here thinking I was gonna have plenty of room, but Turns out I should have just finished it. So we're gonna finish the deck. We're gonna extend it over so I can put some seating. We're gonna have some basketball games here. We're gonna have some fun here. If you're in Tampa, if you're in Florida, and you ever wanna just hit me up and have a fun little wellness party, reach out to me on Instagram, send me a DM. I legitimately love meeting new people who have like minds, who enjoy health and wellness. So I'm not kidding, like DM me on Instagram and let's coordinate it, let's set it up. I have a full outdoor gym. I put people through insane workouts, and then we experience sauna and cold plunging all the time, and I don't charge people for it. I just really enjoy getting people into this stuff. So make sure you do that. My Instagram is dmossjr. I'll have it pop up right here. And also, please, like, if you have any questions, pop them down in the comments below. If you want to know anything else about this equipment, pop it down in the comments below. I love to read the comments. I love encouragement, and I'd love to help you find the best equipment for you, whether it's super entry level or it's premium and luxury. I appreciate you for watching. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Have a great day, and God bless. Oh, and hey, like I said, if you want to see a full review of any of these products, I think you should check out either this video or this video. Check out one of these two videos. Pretty cool stuff. Just check them out. It'll be fun.